Uh-huh. Uh-huh, YouTube. Yo, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. This is your homegirl. Uh, uh, Arabia. Barbosa. Yeah, the 914, which is County, New York, is coming to you with another live video. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Wow, wow, wow. I see that very few people are alive right now. Very few people are alive, actually. And I shout out to them, but I'm not gonna be up here very long doing this video. I'm not gonna be up here very long doing this video. It's 1 o'clock in the. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning now. It's 1 o'clock in the morning now. So it is what it is. Oh wow. Wow, wow, wow. These YouTube streets is quiet right now, huh? They're kind of quiet. They're looking kind of shady out here. They're looking kind of unfamiliar right now. That's what the YouTube streets is looking like now. Unfamiliar, unsafe, filled with goons. Quamite goons. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You gotta be careful of some of these people on the YouTubes. You got to be careful of some of these people on the YouTubes. hmm Especially the Quamites. Definitely be careful of them. If you ever encounter one, trust me, there's two, maybe three in the bushes. And they do believe in jumping people. They do believe in hijacking when people got. They do believe in that. You know what I mean? And there are some other YouTube creators that do the same exact bullshit as KB. Yeah. Yeah, man. So it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I know this live was scheduled for 1:30. I'm not doing this video at 1:30 in the morning. I feel myself almost about ready to go back to sleep. You know? I remember one time someone had called me on the phone. I was so tired and sleep. Fall asleep while the poor child was talking. You know how that goes. You know how that be, man. You know how it goes. So you know how it be. These YouTube streets are looking kind of unfamiliar right now. They're looking very unfamiliar, very strange. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, man. So what I try to do, I try to support all my YouTube creators, but it's impossible to reach all of them. It's impossible to view everyone's content. Even if you take a whole week, you're not gonna um make it to every YouTube creator that you might be subscribed to. You're not gonna go through all their material and all the content. But it is good to go to some YouTube creators' channels because they keep you entertained and they're kind of funny. You know what I mean? A shout out to the chat. Hey, yo, Breeze. Breeze Omega. Yo, I seen that last short video you did. That shit was funny as fuck. And you got the voice. You got the voice to do what those voiceovers. The voiceovers. There's another YouTube creator that I'm thinking about right now. I don't really see him on YouTube as much. I mostly see his videos on Facebook, but he really hasn't been doing a lot of content lately. He hasn't been putting out any material lately, but he was doing a lot of the voiceovers as well. I mean, he had I'm gonna tell you what he had. He had like people's pets up there, like birds, cats, dogs, uh sometimes farm animals, animals that you might see on certain types of farms. And what he would do, he would like, okay, like how the video would play and it shows like, okay, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. It would show like a couple of cats sitting in the house and there'd be one cat on the outside looking into the window, and he would do the voice for the cat that was outside of the window, and one of his friends used to do the voice for the cats that were inside. Yo, that shit was so fucking funny. So it was him, a female friend of his, and another young man. Yo, his shit was funny all the time. And then he was doing certain specials on Sundays, on Sunday afternoon. I kind of miss him doing videos, but I really don't see him on the YouTubes or on the Facebook like that anymore. Now when he was real popular on YouTube, his channel was very popular on YouTube. He started out with a small audience and then his audience just grew and grew because a lot of people were entertained. That is content. That is entertainment. You know what I mean? And when I seen the little short video what Breeze Omega did, I thought it was very funny. I thought it was very entertaining. And he has the voice. I mean, you have Breeze Omega, you got the voice to do voiceovers. You have that talent. I don't think you really realize it. I think you probably suspect that you have it, but you really, really have it. You got the voice for it, everything. You got the sense of humor for it, everything. Yo, that was very funny and very entertaining. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I learned a lot from just listening to Breeze Omega. Yeah. Some of his stories are very entertaining. You can learn something from him. So, yeah. And then there's another young man on the YouTubes that I be looking at sometime, and I learn a lot from him. He's always talking about black empowerment. He's always referring back to history, and and he breaks down his talking points, everything, so you can very much understand what he's talking about and what he's saying. So shout out to him as well. Yo, wow. And of course, there's a few other YouTube creators. When they do certain videos, if they do a reaction video to anything, they are very well versed in seeing the whole picture. They know how to break things down so that everyone can understand. Shout out to the chat. What I really want to talk about in this video, ladies and gentlemen, is these videos I'm seeing about the Native Americans. The Native Americans. And those videos that are coming to on social medias, on different platforms, the Native American community is speaking out against what the United States, the government of the United States has done to them. But there are some tribes. We're not trying to be funny or nothing like that, but let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be serious. Let's be for real. There are some Native American tribes that did marry in to the Caucasian society. I'm gonna put it like this: they made a difference between black and white. And it seemed like to me, and this is my opinion, I could be fucking wrong, but I seriously doubt it. I seriously doubt it. They made a difference between the black people and the white people. Some, not all, Native American tribes had an Instagram against the blacks. They did. And there was a lot of Native American tribes and Native American people in America that owned black slaves. When they even the ones that married black people, they didn't treat them like they were totally a part of the tribe. They didn't. They were more welcoming to the Caucasians. They were more welcoming to the Caucasians. So you can't really get up here and say and complain about what the government did and what this one and that one did when you guys yourselves were wrong for the stuff that you did. My grandmother's mother is Native American, but she is considered, what is she considered? A black Native American. And from the stories that I learned from my grandmother about what her mother went through when she was young, and even as my great grandmother became an adult, it was understood. It was very much understood that, you know, because of the blackness of her skin, she was treated differently. So we got to call an ace and a spade a spade. And if we really want to talk about Native Americans, let's talk about what Elijah Muhammad said about them. Now, he didn't get up here and talk negatively about them. He wanted Native American people and black people to get along. He did. He truly did. But there's a backstory as to how the Native Americans came to America and why they came to America. Because these people are actually exiled people. They were put out. They were allowed into America. They were put out of certain places that they lived in when they were in the East. Not all of them left the East, because you got India, you got Pakistan, you got other countries where Indian people live at. Shout out to the chat. And when you go to some of these countries, the Indian population do not treat the black population with respect. They don't. Let's be honest. And we got a lot of Mexican street organizations who are fighting against black street organizations. When you go to some of these prisons, the prisons are racially divided. So Jim Crow is practiced in those penitentiaries. Shout out to the chat. And I'm not saying the black community has a big issue with the Native American community. I'm not saying all of them. I'm just saying a few of those tribes. And one of those tribes that gave black Americans in this country a lot of grief and a lot of heartache were the Cherokees. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. We see where some of these Native American tribes find it beneficial to reject those who are black and that are part of those same tribes. Can you believe it? So they have a lot of division with them as well. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. These are facts. These are facts. Good morning, Just Jay. Just Jay, you gonna be going live Friday? So used to you going live on Fridays, yes. I would appreciate it if you go live. We miss your videos. I do anyway. Because I find myself getting very agitated when I see certain things being placed on the social medias, and a lot of these Native American tribes, yeah, don't let me tell the whole story, because I'm sharing on my community wall how Whitney Houston's family are Native Americans. But because of the tribe her family came from, they were reclassified as being Negro, as being black. Shout out to the chat. The same thing with Phyllis Hyman. Phyllis Hyman's people were Native American, but because of the tribe that her people came from, they was reclassified as being black. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. It is what it is, man. Word. I can, if you want me to. Yeah, man. Shout out to Just Jay. Shout out to Jay. I know Just Jay. I know it's real early right now. I know it's bad early, but anytime I feel the spirit, and I was asleep for a long time, Just Jay. After I finished eating earlier, I went to sleep for a little while, right? You know how you sleep. I woke up, opened my eyes, and I said, because I was already scheduled to go live around 1:30 in the morning anyway. And I was like, I wonder how I'm going to do that, because I was so tired earlier. And I went to sleep, and it must have been something in my spirit that woke me back up. You know, I don't know what it is. I think I got some spirits in this to be waking me up. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. This is your home girl, Arabia Barbosa. Arabia Barbosa. 914 Washington County, New York. Coming to you with another live video. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Habari. Zaha Saburi. Karibu. Ni umbani kiwango. Twendi zetu kuja na mimi kula chakula miji baridi. Kuvuta kiti kaa chini Kumpumzika unakaribishwa. Jifurahishe. 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 Enjoy yourself. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my house. Please come with me. Follow me. Let us go our own way. Come and get something to eat. Give me a cold glass of water. Pull up a chair. Sit down. Get comfortable. Relax. You are welcome. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, I said it in English and Swahili. I said it in English and Swahili. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. Hey, Mrs. V, good morning. Good morning. I know it's early. I know it's early. I'm not going to be up here very long, but I went to sleep earlier and I was scheduled for 1:30 because I'm kind of, sad that I don't really do my morning walk videos anymore because I didn't pay the phone bill. I'm riding on the hotspots right now. I'm riding on Wi-Fi hotspots. Let's say that I do leave the house, right? And I go into certain areas on my way going to the office. There's a few hot spots. When you get to the office, there's a hot spot. When you get to the family dollar, there's a hot spot. When you get to the library, there's a hot spot. When you get on the bus, that's a hot spot. And then when I come back home, that's a hot spot. A hot spot. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for visiting with me, your home girl, Arabia, Bosa, Arabia. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, a hot spot. Exactly, Mrs. V. Exactly. Exactamundo. Like when I leave here, okay, like there was one particular morning I had left here, right? So I did an experiment, right? Now I noticed that the farther away I got from my house, I was no longer in touch with the hotspot. But as I was crossing over onto a street or a meeting street, it's over there by where uh that big apartment building is at. Over there, there's a store. There's a gas station. It's right across the street. It's gonna be not on our left, it's gonna be on our right, right? And then as we cross a little bit further up, going towards the office, there's another stronger signal. So there's another hot spot right there. So that hot spot is like 5 minutes. It's a whole 5 minutes if you do the walk, right? In that area. Then it cuts off. Then you go into the next hotspot. So yes, I'm very familiar with all these hotspots at. You just pay $10 a month for the hookup for the Wi-Fi, and then you good to go. Shout out to the chat. We got 4 in the building. We got 4 in the building. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Who's that? Okay, Mrs. V is in the building. Kiss my cheeks. What's up? Good morning, Kiss my cheeks. Damn, Kiss my cheeks. I didn't expect you to be up. What happened? Anthony and them and I didn't see OSD. OSD didn't go live. Anthony didn't go live. I didn't see nobody else really going live too much. I believe Soulfly is live right now. Soulfly, no lie, the realist is live right now. Shout out to her. Yeah, man. I didn't see Anthony and nobody else live. You know what I mean? Word. Moonlight didn't really go live that much this week. I don't remember Moonlight going live this week. Sister T came back to the YouTubes yesterday. She came back twice yesterday. Shout out to Sister T. Queen Regina really don't go live very often. She go live, but she don't really go live like that. And I don't remember. I don't think Queen Regina ever drops her link. I don't see it. She used to. She used to, but she doesn't do it. Sister T used to drop her link, but she don't do it no more. Lonnie goes live. Lonnie drops her link. It's a few YouTube creators over here that actually go live and they be dropping their links. Sometime I drop mines, but this morning I didn't drop it for some reason. Hold on. Arabia. I'm on all messages. You are? I don't know what all messages are. Damn, Arabia. Don't do me like that. I ain't doing you bad. Hold on. Let me drop the link just in case if you want to come up. Hold on. Because I be forgetting sometime. I don't forget all the time to drop the link. It's just that this morning I didn't do it. Because it's kind of early. Hold on. It's kind of early. And okay. Show on stage. Yeah, there you go. Just in case anyone wants to hit the link. We got 6 people in the building. We got 6 people in the building. Shout out to the chat because this is StreamYards. I would have to scroll up and down to see all the people that's in the chat. And then we got some people that are in the bushes. Some people are in the bushes because 9 times out of 10 they're at work. They're at work, doing their jobs or working their careers. Because we got a lot of people in the sector, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, that have careers. They don't have regular jobs like the way I do. You know what I mean? What I do is called a job. What I do is called the job. Shout out to the chat. And the only reason why I work the way I do is because when I was younger, I didn't plan. I didn't plan for the future. I really did. I really didn't give a fuck about the future. When I was young, when I was like in my late teens and my early 20s and mid 20s, I didn't give a fuck about nothing. When I got in my 30s, I still didn't have a very good positive attitude. Uh, I believe when I got in my mid 40s, I started thinking about certain things, but it was already fucking too late. I already lived a good portion of my life. So I would be considered a senior citizen in some people's eyes, an elder in certain people's eyes. Shout out to the chat. I'm I'm in listening. Oh, okay. You're in listening mode. Okay. Shout out to you. So we got Kiss My Cheeks in the building. We got Mrs. V in the building. And we got Just Jay in the building. Purple Heart Podcast. Yep. She's in the building. Yep. Let's see who else is in the building. Yeah. It's only like 3 of y'all in the building. There's 3 people in the building. Yeah. Kiss My Cheek says she's in listening mode. She would rather listen right now. Listen. Yeah, I don't blame you. Oh my goodness, I was yawning. I was yawning, you guys. I don't blame you, Kiss My Cheeks, because sometimes when I go on certain people's chat, even though they got the link drop, I don't be wanting to hit the link neither. I be wanting to listen too. I be listening and listening. I be looking and listening. I be reading the chat and I be listening. And then sometimes I'll get tired and I'll leave for a little while and then I'll come back and I'll leave and then I'll come back and that's about it. Shout out to the chat. We got 5 in the building. Yeah, good morning everyone. Yeah, we got 5 in the building. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. Yeah. So I seen that DJ Cleveland was in my chat yesterday. He's a hot mess. I don't even get upset with him. You know what I mean? He just got DJ Cleveland is one of these people with an inflated ego. He is. He got an inflated ego. I don't pay him no attention. hmm So the other day when I went live, easy deezy, and some other fool came in the chat. And then yesterday I had went live, and then somebody stupid came into the chat. It was a troll. But one thing I have learned since about being on the YouTubes, the more people that subscribe to your channel or that come over and listen to you, you will get a lot of trolls. And most of the trolls that I get are sometimes they don't even come from the Quamites. They just come from different parts of the YouTubes. You know what I mean? But a lot of them are racist. A lot of them are white racist Caucasian people who come to my chat, especially if if I say something nice about our community and our heroes and the people that help shape the black community as to what it is today. They don't like when I mention that the Ku Klux Klan is a terrorist group. They don't like when I mention anything concerning slavery or Jim Crow. But hello, shout out to the chat, shout out to the YouTube streets. Them fucking white people, they had 400 years. They had 400 years to do all the dirt that they did. It's just like someone giving a test. We all get a test, right? But it just seems like to me, and this is my fucking opinion, it seems like to me when the white people took the fucking test, they had all the package to the test, they had all the answers, they had all the materials, and we just received the test. We didn't get the answers, we didn't get certain materials, we didn't get certain privileges that they fucking got. And then when things don't turn out for them, then they want to talk about, oh, it's reverse discrimination. Oh, we need to get rid of DIE or whatever the case may be. We need to shut down the black museums. We need to stop teaching this history about what happened to black people in this country. Shout out to the chat. Too fucking late, motherfuckers. You shouldn't have taught it in the first place. But I'm going to tell you what the next wave is going to be, ladies and gentlemen. The next wave is going to be the Native Americans are going to be going up against black Americans. Watch what I tell you. because the narrative has already been written. And believe me, it is the white races that are behind all this bullshit. It's the elites, ladies and gentlemen. It's the ones that's running the government. It is the shadow hand. And they can't afford for people to come together, to unite, to get along with each other. They can't afford that, because then everyone will see them for who they really are. Now, some people say, well, Arabia, who is the shadow government? It don't take long to look. It don't take long to look. Look at all these policies and all these executive orders that have been written, and they're trying to enforce. They got ICE agents going all over the country, going into certain establishments where they are not welcomed. Talking about they are removing illegal immigrants. The only ones that they are removing from this part of the United States are Native Americans, people that are indigenous to this country. Mexicans are indigenous to this country. Everyone that comes from South America is indigenous to this country. We all know this. We all know this. But we got some Native American tribes that were reclassified as being black. Look at the Whitney Houston family line. Look at her bloodline. Shout out to the chat, because her one of her great grandfathers, I think is her second great grandfather, was one of the ones that welcomed in the Pilgrims. They taught the Pilgrims how to grow their own farms, their own gardens, their own everything. They taught them how to hunt. They taught them how to fish. They taught them how to build certain houses for themselves. And then what did they do to the Native Americans? They decided they wanted to take the land. So what did they do? They tried to wipe them out. Shout out to the chat. And they're going to try to do it again. History is repeating itself. But this time they're going to use the Native American community to come for the black community. It's already set in stone. It's already set in stone. Shout out to the chat. And black Americans are not the ones writing the policies. We're not the ones signing the executive orders, getting rid of the Native American population. They said that Obama participated in deporting people. Obama is a piece of shit. I never liked that man. Yeah, kiss my cheeks. It's getting crazy out here. Did you see that baby? They were walking to the car. I, ICE detained a baby. He couldn't be older than 7. Yeah, man. It's getting crazy. Not the powers that be. That's what Mrs. V says. Native Americans were kind of dealt a bad hand, to not a bad hand, not as bad as us. That's right, kiss my cheeks. That's right. Yup. That's right, Mrs. V. So I'm going through some of y'all comments right now. ICE detained a 7-year-old. Yeah, they've been going to the schools. They've been going to the schools and removing children. A lot of children have disappeared over the last couple of months with this ICE business. And I told you guys that ICE have shut down a lot of construction sites. They have gone to a lot of the hotels in certain areas, and really ravaged those places. Now people are putting up signs that ICE are not welcome there. ICE are not welcome there. But I don't care what nobody say. They did try to use the Mexicans and everyone from the south part of America, the American continent, to come to this part of America to try to replace black people. That's a reality. That's a fucking reality. And you know what? This is what I'm starting to think. Why Whitney Houston is dead and while her daughter is dead, this is what I'm thinking of what happened, you guys. They knew who she was. They knew what family, what was in her bloodline. And people that was in resistance to the shadow government, trust me, they did their best to get rid of. She was probably one of the last few remaining in that family that was of that bloodline, the same bloodline that welcomed in the Pilgrims. It was in her DNA to remember. And she probably knew it too. They killed Whitney Houston. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. They are behind the death of Whitney Houston and her daughter. They are behind the death of Michael Jackson, Prince, Marilyn Monroe, Janis Joplin, Amy Winehouse, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Jimi Hendrix, the Kennedy brothers. Yeah, the shadow government is behind all that. There is a such thing called the shadow government. And I'm going to tell you, when Shirley Chisholm first went to Congress, she described who some of these people were. Y'all need to listen to some of the interviews that she did. You can find them right here on the YouTubes. Yeah, I'm part of man. Kiss my cheeks. I do believe in conspiracy theories. Yeah, I'm heavy into the conspiracy theories because conspiracy theories actually explains a lot about what's going on in this fucking country. Like we got this thing, like in this country, they got this thing called the human sleeve. That's a reality. It's not just in the movies like Get Out and all that other stuff. That's a fucking reality. They got a thing called spiritual cooking. That is a reality in this country. There is so much shit going on. The same shadow government hijacked all the religions. They are trying to hijack Santeria. They're trying to hijack voodoo and hoodoo. And because they cannot hijack those belief systems right away, what they're trying to do is paint them as being evil. But you'll notice that there's a lot of white people in this country, a lot of Caucasians that actually believe in voodoo, hoodoo, and Santeria, and they do consult with witch doctors. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. Yeah. Cause my great grandmother, she was what? She was a medicine lady. She was a medicine person. She had a son. His name was Lawrence. Lawrence got smart. After his mother died, after his mother passed away, he left the United States and went to Africa. He went to Africa. I believe he went over there in the Egyptian part, and then the Ethiopian part of Africa. When he came back to this country, he was a practitioner of the belief system. It's a belief system that a lot of black people don't even practice to this day. Some. Some don't practice. Some are very familiar. Shout out to the chat. We had Dr. Buzzard. We had a few powerful practitioners. Shout out to the chat. If you ever get a chance, I want you to look up the name Dr. Buzzard. Dr. Buzzard. Shout out to the chat. Now, according to them, they're calling him a witch doctor. But I want you to look him up. His name was Stephen Robinson. Stephen Robinson. And Stephen Robinson is a distant relative of my grandfather, Grandpa Henry. That is on my mother's side of the family. Shout out to the chat. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. The shadow hand government know who the fuck my fucking family is. That is why they did what the fuck they did. Trying to destroy us. We're still living, but we're not living in our truth. We're not living like the way we should be living. Shout out to the chat, and they know who the fuck we are. I know kiss my cheeks, but kiss my cheeks, let me tell you something. I lived my life 52 years. What more they gonna do? Kill me? They gonna kill me, kiss my cheeks? They know who the fuck I am. They know how to find me. They tried to destroy me when I was young. They failed. But they didn't really fail in all of their evil doings because I'm not living in the truth that I'm supposed to be living in. The truth the existence that I got now, this is not my truth, and I know it. Shout out to the chat. Welcome. Let's see. Welcome, and please take a moment and hit the like button. Thank you, Mrs. V. That's right. Hit the like button and hit the cash app. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. But I'm gonna be closing out this video in a few minutes. Oh shit, cause it's like 15 minutes to 2. Let me check the other. Oh god, where is it? Oh, here we go. It's on the table. Oh god, don't tell me this phone is dead. That one. Yeah, because I didn't plug it in. And I don't got time to really plug it in before I leave. Why I could plug it in while I'm gone. You know what I mean? Hopefully, I'll go on a work ticket today. Hopefully. Shout out to the chat. Oh yeah, you talking to the cloud watchers. Well, there's only 3 of y'all. Well, actually, there's only 4 of y'all in the building. It's only 4 of y'all in the building. You know, I already know some of y'all that's in the building, but there's one other person in the building, and they are in the bushes. They are in the clouds. Yeah, we do got. Yeah, I keep cloud watching. When I used to do my bigger channel, Mrs. V, I used to keep cloud watches anyway. Cause if you go to the Andre OD Kimball's channel, and there's a video. It's a music drop. It's with me. I'm in the music drop. I don't know. I think it's called Two Scoops. It's either the two scoop one, or hit the link. Shout out to the chat, because there was different ones that he did, but there was one where he did, and I'm saying that there's 9 people in the building. I'm counting the people that's in there, but they're not typing into the chat. And that was around the time. That was around the time me and Lonnie was arguing. You know what I mean? That was around that time. So some of those videos that I'm talking about, on the YouTubes. They're listed as being 2 years old, but I think they're a little bit older than that. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. So I went over there the other day and I was listening to some of those music drops, and I said, God damn. Because I was in there cursing people out, cursing out their mama, the daddy, the children, the grandchildren, the great grandchildren. Yeah, there was one video. I told the people I don't give a fuck, not a single solitary fuck. People could hit the fucking link. Yeah, man. I was going off in them videos. I called certain names out. Yeah, man. Shit. People I was suspecting of doing stuff. Yeah, them videos would show the paranoia. In a way, I guess you can say it was, because I was going so far back then that basically, if you listen closely, there's a touch or there's a hint of psychosis going on. There is a touch, there is a hint of psychosis going on. Yeah. That's why major depression and borderline personality disorder is very hard to treat. It's very hard to treat because you don't know how far someone is thinking or what they're feeling. Because around that time, even though Birdman was in my life, I was experiencing a lot of paranoia around that time. It was a lot of paranoia. It's still a lot of paranoia, but it's not as very strong as it was back then. The suggestions they're not as strong now as they were back then. And I believe the reason why it's not as strong is because the heavy alcohol drinking has been removed. Like, I'll go, like, let's say today is today, right? Let's say I get on a ticket today, right? Let's say when I get off of work, right? I go to the store, right? Let's say that I'll buy one beer or buy one alcoholic drink. I don't even buy beer. When I buy alcoholic drinks now, I don't even buy beer. But let's say I just buy one bottle of whatever I'm getting. That one bottle is enough for me. Because if I go to the store and buy a suitcase of this or a suitcase of that, or a package of this or a package of that, then as time goes on, let's say that I keep doing it every day, the whatever is in my brain, it'll spike certain stuff, and then here it comes. Here comes the yeah. Here comes the wave. Because whether y'all know it or not, kiss my cheeks, if you was sitting with Sis and them around that time, then you know what I'm talking about. And Lovelace know what I'm talking. It's a lot of them that remember. Lovelace remember. Tamika remember. Lonnie remembers. Queen Regina remembers. Sister T remembers. Brown Skin Lady remembers. Sis remembers. Fats TV and them remembers. Fenici remembers. Ro Rich remembers. Yeah. Highly Favored remembers. Uncle L remembers. Thick Cut remembers. Yeah, man. They remember. Shout out to the chat. That's why it's important that I don't repeat that shit again. It's okay to have one every now and then, but it's not okay to let that shit take over. It's not okay because it's something, and I try not to get involved with that because I remember the last time what happened, and it was not a good look for me. Shout out to the chat. So let me see what time it is. Oh shit. Ah shit, you guys. It's let's see. It's like a couple of minutes to 2. So like in 30 minutes I'm gonna have to get up and start getting myself together. Cause I would like to run out of this through about 3:30 or quarter to 4. No later than a quarter to 4. Shout out to the chat. I gotta walk downtown. Try to get on a ticket, today and get some money running. You know what I mean? Word. Yeah, I got some rest, but it feel like I didn't get enough rest. Kiss my cheeks. This is what happens when you get older. And it all started from last week, Kiss My Cheeks. Last week they had me working like a slave. Up and down the stairs, up and down the stairs, up and down the stairs. Taking all this debris and trash out of the goddamn building. Motherfuckers not cleaning up behind themselves. Yeah, me and my co-workers having to clean up behind them. But the last time I went to that job, right, Kiss My Cheeks, they sent me by myself, which is something they never did. Not on that location. So I knew that the people that was supervising over that construction site, they didn't really need us as much. Matter of fact, they're almost done with that job. They're almost done with that job. The only thing they really need to do with that job, Kiss My Cheeks, is install all of the sheetrock and to paint and sand those sheetrock installations that they do for the walls and for the ceiling, and then they're gonna start bringing in all the furniture because they already poured all the concrete on all the floors. You know what I mean? I don't know if what kind of floors they really gonna have, but they're almost done with that building. They've been working on it for almost 2 years. Shout out to the chat. Mrs. V, what's that? Is that a YouTube channel? Wait a minute, I gotta see what that is. Yo, Mrs. V, what you do? I don't know what channel that you shared in the chat, But if you could put it on your community, take also wherever you found it, take it also and put it on your community wall, so that when I go back to your channel, I could see it and I could press on and see exactly what it is. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, yeah. They be in and out like playing double dutch. Talking to the yeah, yeah, yeah. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, so I'm getting ready to close out this video. So we got 4 people in the building. We got 4 people in the building. So it's Kiss My Cheeks, it's Mrs. V, Just J, Purple Heart Podcast. That's it. That's the 4. That's the 4 that's in the building. I don't know if anybody else is in the building. Yeah, because if it's Just J comes in with both of her channels. You know, you got Mrs. V, then you got Kiss My Cheeks. So that's 4 of y'all. It's only 4 of y'all in the building. Shout out to the chat. Thank y'all for coming in this morning. Those that are not here, I believe they will catch the replay. So this video, I think it was kind of interesting. I started talking about y'all gotta when y'all get a chance, y'all gotta go over there to my brother Breeze Omega. Yo, his channel, yo, that short video he did last night, that shit was funny as fuck. That shit was funny as hell. It was a dude in the video, right? And he was feeding this monkey. And the monkey was eating the fruit that was in the bowl, yo. And Breeze Omega, he was doing like the voiceover for that particular video. Yo, you gotta go over there and see it. Yo, shout out to Breeze Omega. He's funny. He's very entertaining. I learned a lot from him. Shout out to him. And he's a native New Yorker, just like me. Shout out to us. Yes, yes, yes. Then, of course, all the other YouTube creators I'm subscribed to, shout out to them. Shout out to them. Yeah, yeah. And we had hit on, well, I had hit on some conspiracy theories, and I also hit on this narrative about some of these Native American tribes, who are in great denial that there were some black people that was in this country way before they came to this country. Shout out to the chat, because I'm gonna tell you something. The black man and the black woman is the original people. When we are all over the earth. We are all over the earth. Those that are known as being Indian, they are basically, they are the same thing we are, but they were, I'm gonna put it like that, they were from a different tribe. You know what I mean? Shout out to the chat. But what they don't say as how they came to America, because they decided to do some things that they weren't supposed to be doing, and they were exiled over here. But most of our ancestors were over here in this country already. Shout out to the chat. Surprise, Native Americans. We were here way before you guys were. So don't start that bullshit. Don't start that narrative. And we see where Whitney Houston's people, her bloodline, are Native Americans. But they, just like some other tribes, were reclassified as being what? Black. So they did it to her family, and they did it to Phyllis Hyman family. And if you look at what they did to Whitney Houston and Phyllis Hyman, you will see that the shadow hand government knew who these women were. And they couldn't have them singing. They couldn't have them making all that money. They couldn't have them talking. And I believe, this is coming out of my mouth, what I believe. I believe they knew who they were and they set out to destroy them. And from what I understand, these families that they come from, the bloodline that they come from, was very powerful. And they were in clear opposition of their lands being taken, being stolen. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat, yeah. All right, you guys, it's been real. It's a little after 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to go over my time and be trying to leave out of here all late. Cause if I leave out of here all late, then the traffic will get heavy. I'm gonna tell you what time the traffic get heavy in this area, between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. Between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. It already takes an hour to walk all the way down to this place. You know what I mean? So hopefully I'll get there quick. I'll get there quick. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. Shout out to everyone that's in my chat. Good morning to everyone. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you sharing most of your early part of your morning with me. Arabia. The BT 1000, the only original BT 1000. I might have to do another video again as to why I call myself these different other names. But as I said before, the shadow government know who my people are too. That's why they try to destroy us. They ain't finished yet. What happened in 2011 was just a warm-up. It was a warning. Shout out to the chat. So yeah, I see right into that too. And believe it or not, the person that killed some of my family members, you guys, he was trying to get into the music industry. The media didn't mention anything about that. So this man is responsible. The man that killed my family members, he is responsible for not only their deaths, which is 4 people, he is responsible for the deaths of 5 people. Because before he met them, he had killed someone else years earlier. That's why certain people should not be released out of these penitentiaries on parole or on probation or none of that other bullshit. Because I never made parole. I maxed out my sentence. I wasn't a pussy like him. And I wasn't in there for murder neither. I was in there for strong arm robbery. And my judge was Judge Schuler. Judge Schuler sentenced me to 8 years. Shout out to the chat. I maxed out my time in 2001. Matter of fact, October the 1st, 2001. That's when I got out of prison. All right, we out of here, everyone. Y'all have a great day, too. Thank you for coming over. Peace, peace, peace. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. We out of here, y'all. Peace. One.